The duel between Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Darth Maul, known as the Duel of the Fates, is perhaps the most important confrontation in the entire Star Wars saga. The outcome of the duel determined the fate of Anakin Skywalker and whether he would fall to the dark side one day. The impact of the duel on the galaxy can't be overstated. As the two Jedi clashed with the Sith apprentice, their thoughts, wrought with confusion and determination, are revealed in the novelization of The Phantom Menace. There came a time in the duel where Qui-Gon was forced to accept that he had no chance of defeating the Dark Lord before him. As Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan closed with Darth Maul in a clash of sabers, they moved across the hangar in fierce combat. The Sith was quick, moving between the two of them with confidence and ease, striking his saber back and forth, more than holding his own against their efforts to bring him down. It was frighteningly apparent that he was more skilled than both Jedi he was facing. They found Maul's confidence disturbing and knew that he would not be defeated easily. Qui-Gon was one of the most able swordsmen in the Jedi Order. He had fought in conflicts all across the galaxy, against odds so great many others would not have stood a chance. He had survived battles that had tested his skill and resolve in every conceivable way. But on this day, Qui-Gon knew that he had met his match. The Sith Lord he battled was more than his equal in weapons training, and he had the advantage of being younger and stronger. Qui-Gon's youth was behind him, and his strength was already beginning to diminish. His edge now, to the extent that he had one, came from his long experience and intuitive grasp of how an enemy might employ a lightsaber against him. Even with Obi-Wan at his side, Qui-Gon realized the best they could do was hold their own against the Sith, but their offensive efforts were woefully inadequate. They could not win. Darth Maul was a warrior in his prime, never to be any better, his powers at their apex. In addition, he was driven by his messianic hatred for and disdain of the Jedi Knights. He had worked and trained all his life for this moment, for a chance to meet a Jedi in combat. Maul had no fear for his life because he had no doubt that he would win. He was focused in a way that Qui-Gon recognized at once, a Jedi's focus, mindful of the present, locked in on what was needed in the here and now. Qui-Gon saw it in his mad eyes and in the set of his red and black features. The Sith Lord was a living example of what he was always telling Obi-Wan about how to best hear the will of the Force. As the three of them moved deeper into the hangar, it seemed that the two Jedi were pressing the attack, but Qui-Gon realized that it was Maul who was really controlling their duel. He was drawing them to a place of his own choosing. His agility and dexterity allowed him to keep them both at bay, constantly attacking while at the same time effectively blocking their counterattacks. Qui-Gon pressed hard in the beginning, recognizing how dangerous this man was, trying to put an end to the combat quickly. He attacked ferociously, with Obi-Wan complementing his moves, but they just as quickly discovered that their best efforts were not enough to end the duel. Maul was too smart to give them an opening, and too skilled to make a mistake, so the battle went on. Deeper into the power station, after Maul had sent Obi-Wan toppling downward, Qui-Gon pressed the attack alone, finally forcing the Sith onto the defensive. He was worn and battered now, but knew that he could not let up, even without Obi-Wan, so he did not wait for his Padawan to reach them. When the three of them found themselves trapped between barriers in a service corridor, Qui-Gon took the opportunity to meditate. As Obi-Wan waited, he was incredibly frustrated with his master for not waiting for him, and he was worried. He knew that against any other enemy, the two of them would have emerged victorious long ago, but this Sith was battle-trained and more skilled than any adversary they had ever encountered. Qui-Gon knelt in meditation, and Obi-Wan could see the weariness in his master's shoulders, his worry increasing. When the barriers opened, Qui-Gon sprang forward in a renewed assault and battled Maul once more. With Obi-Wan trapped behind the final barrier, the two warriors clashed, Qui-Gon fighting with newfound strength after his meditation. Maul was constantly on the defensive, surprised by the Jedi Master's power, and his eyes took on a frenzied look of uncertainty. But as Maul nimbly moved around the chamber, Qui-Gon's weariness returned, growing tired from fighting alone. Slowly, Maul began to edge his way back into the fight, becoming the aggressor once more as Obi-Wan could do nothing but watch. Just as it seemed that the fight may go on forever, unable to be won by either man, Maul struck Qui-Gon's face and plunged his lightsaber directly through the Jedi's stomach. Qui-Gon made no sound as the blade impaled him, merely stiffening with the impact, dropping to his knees, and accepting his defeat as he crumpled to the floor. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and may the Force be with you.